Good morning, everybody. Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parsha bshalach, pretty exciting parsha. Very exciting. Got Tu B'Shvat coming up. You have a new Gemara Moed Katan, so miles of those people finished Megillah. My brothers, my son-in-law, my son, I think Moshe finished. My father, obviously, he's been doing Daf Yomi for I don't know, as long as I've been alive, almost 30 years, I guess, more. It's pretty exciting stuff. So Mazda to everybody. It's interesting, Pri Tzadik this week talks about the different pieces of the parsha, and I guess the relationship of where it is in the spectrum, the line of the parshas, the Shovim. We said this past few weeks already, 3 weeks. Shmos, Be'er, Bo, Shach, Yisro, Mishpatim. So we're in bshalach. We're kind of this middle point, the separation point, really. This famous classic Ramban, where the Jewish people are still afraid. They're still kind of being chased by Mitzrayim, and they're free, but they're not free. And bshalach is the part where there's a havdalah, there's a real separation, where Hashem kind of cuts off and kind of ends this hold that Mitzrayim has over the Bnei Yisrael. And this parsha is broken up into 4 pieces, according to Pri Tzadik, 4 important parashos. One part is Kriyas Yamsuf. Then we have the Man. Then we have Shabbos Kodesh. We have, whether it was in Mara, whether by the Man, people told about Shabbos, Chokes Mishpat, talks about Shabbos. And the last piece is Mechemes Amalek. And Amalek at the end of the parsha. And these 4 pieces are 4 answers, or 4 tainas that a person would have why they can't spend time and learn Torah, why things are too difficult for them to learn Torah, why they can't put time into it. And there's a huge Zohar, which I asked Rav, who didn't get back to me. He would get back to me, he didn't give me the answer yet. And I called my friend Rashman's wife, who knows Pri Tzadik, didn't know this Zohar either. So if it doesn't make sense, or wrong shot, Rav Tzadok will lynch me, but I think I nailed it. I'm not too sure. Well, we'll find out. So these 4 pieces. The approach is such. First, the people are the Mitzrayim. I know the Mitzrayim was the cause and the root of Taiva, and the Susim, Taiva started the Knesset Sahara. So when Adam eats from the tree, and the snake puts this zuhama, this poison into Adam and Chava, and this is the cause, this Taiva, and the root of this was Mitzrayim. The root of Taiva is Mitzrayim. And the people were in Mitzrayim, they're there for many, many years, and when they get let out of Mitzrayim, they still had this hold of Mitzrayim in them at some level. And when Hashem says that you're not going to see them anymore, you're not going to see Mitzrayim anymore like this, Lisha Mitzrayim Hayom or Sif L'Osam Od, it goes on this, is that Hashem did the major lifting, the major work to get this gone from the Jewish people, this hold of Mitzrayim. Hashem does this because it says, Atem Tach, you stay quiet, Hashem does the rest. And Kriyas Yamsuf is nothing of our own. It's all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this leaving Mitzrayim from their hold and from this Taiva, this major Yetzer Hara, is gone, taken care of. Fine. The Taina now, that a person says, you know what, it's too difficult to learn. Learning Torah is not easy. I got to make a living. These are things that the Pri Tzadik says, and brings down the Zohar, is really out of the textbooks of the Meraglim. Meraglim, listen, we can't go to Eretz Yisrael. We can't work for a living. We won't be able to learn Torah. We can't go to Eretz Yisrael because the nations are there. They're stronger than us. Amalek is nearby. So these pieces are now addressed by the Pri Tzadik. So first, Pri Tzadik says, you can't complain anymore about this Taiva, Kavod, Kina, all that, because the remnants are there. Hashem did the major pieces, the major issues against Taiva, Kina, Kavod, that's gone. Hashem took care of that. The next piece, maybe you could say, is Parnasa, Eretz Yisrael. I got to work for a living now, but we know that there's a there's a Mechilta that Yirmiyahu shows the people the jar of the mun and says, listen, don't think, you can't learn Torah because you need to make a living. Everything is from Hashem. Everything's from Hashem. And the jar that Yirmiyahu brings out to the people, which was stored by Moshe of the mun, is a testimony forever. The nace is forever. Anytime that you make a parnasa and you're working hard, it's all from Hashem. So it's not like, I can't learn Torah. No, the fact that you can make a parnasa is all from Hashem. There's no excuse not to learn Torah. No excuse not to learn Torah. It's all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You can't now throw the, Torah away for work. You're supposed to throw the old derech eretz, as the Hasema says, the yoke and the burden of work. You have to work, but working all the time, consuming your life, is not something that a person should have or should take upon. So that's the next taina. You can't talk about parnasa being the cause that you can't learn Torah. The next taina is it weakens the body. The Meraglim said, there are giants there. How could we ever do this? If we're learning Torah all the time, we're going to be weak. And the Pri Tzaddik quotes through the Rebbe Akash Apashishcha, who says that anybody who learns Torah and is weakened by it, you're not doing lishma, you're not doing it the right way. Torah makes you sweet. Torah makes you sweet. Torah is sweet. Keeping Shabbos. I can't, Shabbos, I can't work, I can't do anything, just studying all day, relaxing, it weakens the person. No, the opposite. It makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. The oneg that you get, the Torah that you get, makes you stronger. Makes you stronger. So the argument that the people are Eretz Yisrael, they're giants, we won't be able to overtake them. No. By learning Torah and keeping Shabbos, that makes you stronger. And that makes your Yiras Hashem stronger, and makes you stronger mentally, and that will help you fight to go to Eretz Yisrael. And the last piece is Amalek Yoshev Aretz. At the end of the parasha, when the people now are attacked by Amalek and Moshe and Yeshua fight it, the Pri Tzaddik says, this major battle to weaken Amalek, that took place already. And every generation, we have the ability to weaken Amalek. We have Abraham, the power of Tefillah, and we have Moshe, the power of Torah. The Medrash Rabbah says, Ein dar Shem bo Abraham, Ein dar Shem bo Moshe. Every generation there's Abraham and Moshe. Not just one person, but every person. The spirit and the ability to weaken Amalek, that is in all of us. We all have the ability to daven, we all have the ability to learn Torah, and that weakens Amalek. And the Haniach, when it comes to the end of days, when we took care of our quote-unquote demons, we're able to learn Torah benachas, we're able to keep Shabbos benachas, then the power of Amalek will be much lower, and then we can fight and get rid of Amalek. Shabbat Shalom.